Hey, Will King here. Today on the Build Show, I want to talk to you about something called pre-construction agreements or professional services agreements. I've had conversations recently with several builders that I'm friends with and how they're structured and how mine are structured. And I just want to bring that to you guys here on the Build Show because I really wish I would have known about that when I first set up my company and what a big difference that's made overall since we started doing that several years ago. So to start with on pre-construction agreements or professional service agreements, depending on what you call them, what is one? I guess that's where we need to start. And so it's just a simple agreement that you sign with a customer in the very beginning that firms up y'all's relationship early on in the process. I think that's a great way to say that. Now there is a deposit required for a pre-construction agreement. And why I like them is because through the process of design, whether we're drawing the plans or whether they're using an architect, it's so time intensive for you as a builder. You end up spending hours and hours consulting, meeting on site, talking to the architect, talking to the client, and often enough, they never build the house. And so when you really start valuing your time and what's that worth to you, you realize quick, if they don't build that house after all that time you spent, you're losing money. And so that's just really hard as a builder when we're so busy and so many opportunities out there to then see something like that that you've worked on for so long never come to life. So I started back several years ago because the same thing I just described. I had a customer, great customer, actually a great person, but we went through the path of designing their house. I actually met with their designer, their draftsman. We developed this plan. I met them on site multiple times. We looked at the layout. I talked to the city. All the different parts that you do during pre-construction, including budget round after budget round after budget round, to then at the very end of it, they just didn't want to spend the money to build their house. And this was about a year and a half into this process. So I realized quick, like just how much time I lost and if you equated that to money, just how much money I lost as a company. And so I started asking other builder friends what they did to prevent that. And then somebody told me, oh, hey, you need a pre-construction agreement. And it hit me like a light bulb. Like I just had no idea that was common for builders to be signing pre-construction agreements. So what we've done is we've decided to put like a $10,000 deposit out for a pre-construction agreement. So our clients get that up front. We explain it to them. They review our contract, they execute that for us, and then we do collect that deposit. Now ours, we apply 50% of that to construction costs once we start their project. So that right there, if a customer's serious and they really want you as a builder and they want to go down the path, they'll have no problems at all signing that pre-construction agreement with you. So it's just something that really important to add to your stack of contracts or add to your process, I guess, when you start meeting with new clients. So the other part that a pre-construction agreement covers is all the work that goes into a lot pre-construction. So I figured out quick that I didn't have a construction contract signed yet, but we were already doing tons of work. I was meeting with surveyors, I was meeting with architects, I was meeting with the city officials, I was meeting with excavation companies to work on this lot for the customer, and I had no contract to protect ourselves or even spell out how we were going to bill for that. So that's also a huge point to consider with adding that to a pre-construction agreement, because as you guys probably know, but the next thing you know, you're tearing down houses, you're cutting down trees, you're getting things surveyed, topo maps made, a lot of subcontracted labor that you're having to organize and pay. But if you don't have an agreement in place, that could end very poorly for you. All right, I hope that explained a little bit about what a pre-construction agreement is, why you should use one as a builder. I really wish somebody would have told me that when I first started my business. It would have truly saved me a whole lot of wasted time and made me a little bit more profitable. But guys, just remember, iron sharpens iron, so keep grinding, keep watching these videos, and we'll see you again right here on The Build Show.